Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to VSL. I'm not sure if you can hear us or not. My OBS is deciding let's have a good day to crash every 5 seconds and for it to say not responding. So I'm not sure if you can hear us right now, but if you can, hello. Welcome anyway. My name is Jess Ball and joining me in the commentary box today is Rando, and we had a crazy race last week, didn't we, around Monaco? I wasn't here last week due to meeting Aladdin, but it was quite crazy.
My therapist has advised me not to talk about that traumatic event, so moving on to Jeddah, which will be very much unchaotic. Jeddah is known for being calm and uneventful here in F123. That totally isn't a curb. That will assassinate your car at turn 9. But this will be a nice calm race. Nothing wrong happen. We'll have a nice day and then we could go back to being single on Valentine's Day. Isn't that great, everyone?
It is Valentine's Day, believe it or not, and massive shout out to those of you that are still racing. We are racing at the Jeddah Corniche circuit tonight. First use in Formula 1 back in, well, I would say back in 2021. The first race was absolutely chaos in real life. Second race, not too bad. And we know what happened last year. We saw Sergio Perez win and Max Verstappen had a gear shaft issue. But anyway, driver standings.
And we fell asleep.
Yeah, there were a few times where I kind of wanted to fall asleep, but luckily I didn't fall asleep. Anyway, driver standings looks exactly like this. So, Finley, unfortunately, DNF'd last time out in Monaco, but he's still remaining out on top with Nick in second after his brilliant result last time out. Then we got Glock in third on 44 points. And we got some stuff going on in the background, which you won't be able to see at the moment, but you will catch out in a minute. JP in 5th, Knight in 6th, Lewis Craig in 7th, Excite 8th, Yarham in 9th, and Ryan in 10th. We've got Lakitu, Kev, Kieran, Stephen, Waitsy, JTX, Jack Craig, Casper, Acorn, and Ahmed. Casper, unfortunately, has a race ban because of his antics that he did on track. Not really going to say what happened on track, really. That is for you to look in the Discord if you want to find out a bit more information. Without further ado, let's head out to the circuit. If I can find the scene, I would have time to go through the constructors, but we're not going to have time with my ABS playing up. So Excite got disqualified because he blocked the pit lane, I believe. I think that was the issue.
Yeah, it was that. So possibly he spun at turn 1 and his car stopped at the pit lane exit, which will get you disqualified because EA.
Yeah, you do not want to get disqualified. Definitely not. And that's exactly what he has done. So we've got 16 drivers. We by about lunchtime today, we were expecting 9. So the fact that we got, I think, 6, 7 more drivers compared to what we saw earlier on, I have to say is quite surprising. Not gonna lie, my mic's really.
The reservations got cancelled.
Yeah, certain reservations maybe got cancelled a little bit, but we are back to normal, luckily as well. So strategy is going to be quite kind of interesting today, but we are going to be seeing, I think, a lot of twisty and tight turns around this circuit. We're probably going to see, I think, a lot of moving towards the 3rd sector before turn 21 and 2 into the DRS straight. We're running on board with Lakitu now. I need to check if he's on a flyer or not. He is on a flyer, actually, so we will stay on board with him for the time being as he makes his way through this technical section of the circuit. I need to try and remember what corner it is. It is turn 20. Well, he's going in towards turn 21. No, it's 20. No, it's 21. That's it. Heading towards 21, and then at the end of the sector is turn 22, which will be very technical. Actually, no, it's the wrong part of the circuit. I always get confused because certain bits of the circuit look the same. Now we're heading towards turn 27, what we call the DRS chicken corner. As the K2 goes up to the line, what's it going to be? It's going to be a 134.163, which I think is not a tidy lap for him, but I'm sure he can go better. Finley is out there on top one at the moment, 126.2. He's going out there again. Here comes Yarham. Let's see what he can do as he heads towards the middle sector.
Meanwhile, Matt has just completed a lap without a front wing.
Wow.
That is skillful. Don't know when he lost his front wing, but he's done the lap without the front wing. That takes some skill.
Well, you gotta have fun when you're in the straights.
Yeah, but given the fact that most of this corner is extremely high-speed technical corners, it would be very unpleasant to do without a front wing.
Yes, definitely. And I have to say, Mata, not doing too bad on that front as well. Circuit 6.174 kilometres, 3.8.
Oh,
Lakitu's probably lost his front wing as well. Was it the same place?
Just his end plate. He went into on 21-22, lost the rear, and then smacked the wall hard on turn 23. His car somehow has only lost an end plate. If that happened in real life, they'd be identifying the car parts based on the serial number they find. Because he absolutely clouted that barrier at an angle. I don't know how he has Moses' front wing intact, let alone his entire car intact.
Interesting that he's still going on a few laps of softs, because according to my data that I've researched yesterday, the softs only last about 12 laps. So I'm a bit surprised he wants to go again. Maybe he doesn't want to use it in the race. Of course it is mandatory 2-stop here at VSL, if those of you that do not remember, and you cannot pit under safety car. So, well, you can, but it's a non-mandatory stop. So for some people, they're going to be a bit worried that they're probably going to make more than 2 stops anyway and have loads of front wing changes potentially. Hopefully not as chaotic as Monaco, but it is qualifying. We're obviously back to the normal setting right now. Our championship leader riding on board with now the number 8 driver, looking very consistent in the championship. Quite a few of his rivals is not here tonight. So I think this is going to be a great chance for him to capitalise as he makes his way towards turn 22. Brilliant track under the floodlights as he heads towards a good part of the circuit turn 24. Another fast left kink coming up here, and now it ends into turn 26. A tight left-hander, heavy braking and good traction on exit. Hut the inside curve, avoid running wide, head towards the final corner, turn 27. And he's not going to complete a lap. Okay, he's going into the pits. Not doing well with commentating on hot laps. I think a few people about to finish their runs. No, most people are about to finish in the middle of their runs. Never mind. So I think the closest it will be is Yarham starting his out lap.
Yeah, we're kind of at the low stage now, 5 minutes to go, not a lot on active laps at the moment. There is a Red Bull potentially. No, I don't think either of them are on laps. Maybe Ulisho is on a lap actually, and he's getting tow from his teammates, so Red Bull working together here. So Ulisho's going to get towed down this back straight here, this curved straight. Before you get to the final corner, turn 27, you make sure you don't hit that outside wall like Red Bull did a few years ago infamously. And he's avoided that. Be as tight to the pit wall as you can with some DRS open. He's up into P3 for 27.3. He's 0.6 off P2 though.
Yes, 0.6 off P2, which just goes to show the top 2 are definitely a class of their own in the championship. Most of the races in Jeddah in real life have run from the front row. Of course, we saw Sergio Perez do it last year. Lewis Hamilton won one, and also Max Verstappen. So history dictates that a Jeddah race is either run by a Red Bull or Mercedes, but they could change that in real life in this environment with an AlphaTauri, of course, and an Aston Martin in P1 and P2. And the other Red Bull is on his in-lap, so he's going to go into the pits on 4-lap old softs. I think he's probably a freak doing that, but that is VSL for you as well. Make sure you leave us a like and a follow if you haven't already. If you are interested in finding a bit more about the league. Of course, we also do Rally at VSL_Rally. That the season is just about to start, if not started already, so make sure you check that out. Julie Shaw, I believe, is going to go into the pit. So your order at the moment is Finley on top with a 126.283. Then it's Glock in second with a 126.722. Julie Shaw in third with a 127.307. Speed Knighton with a 127.369. And it is Leroy with a 1... Oh! Well, Julie Shaw made an interesting... entry to the pit lane, and he got disqualified for blocking it.
Oh, did he hit the wall?
Yeah, he hit the wall.
Oh no, and his teammates behind him. Oh no, so that's gone disqualified.
It is a short lap. It is a short lap as well. Oh no.
Oh, that literally, like, you know, it happened. It's not a rare thing to see someone hit the pit wall on the exit, but the fact that a car was right behind him and the game just decides you're blocking the pit lane, game over. So that's 2 disqualifications now.
Yeah, 2 DQs from the race.
No disqualifying, they haven't been banned from racing yet.
No, 2 disqualifications from quali, sorry.
That would be a bit extreme if you got disqualified from the race, if you got disqualified in qualifying.
Yeah, that would be a bit harsh, to be fair. But everyone is just about to start their final laps. By the way, an interesting fact about this circuit, the hairpin of turn 13 features 12 degrees of banking. It's 7 degrees less steep than the banking of Zandvoort. As we're seeing one of the Mercedes pass one of the AlphaTauris. JTX, by the way, P5, decent lap from him as he just finished a course, but we still got, I think, a few more people on laps. Let me just get a few things open.
Kevis. Oh, the Mercedes almost collided.
Yeah, the Mercedes has almost collided for a turn, I think, what was it?
21
and 22, so... And now you're passing... 24 and 25. There's quite a few yellow flags everywhere for moving out of the way. Kev's going to be the first driver to finish a lap, so we'll see what he can do. Going into the shortest run to the line possible, and it's going to be 2 tenths quicker. P7 for the Mercedes driver. We have got the other Mercedes driver of Speed Knighton starting his run as he heads towards turn number 1. Oh. He just about avoided his teammate in towards turn number 1. Glock's on his out lap. The key 2 just came across the line in P2. And he had no front wing earlier.
Impressive. It just shows what happens when you don't crash into a wall, I guess. Yeah, over up on his time. He could be getting himself in the mix for the front row. Unless he has the ultimate final sector, he won't be challenging Finley, but the front row definitely not out of reach for him here if he just finds a couple more attempts. Through the final corner. Oh, a bit twitchy there. It's not going to give him a good run to the line. He had to correct himself a couple times. And yep, that's P4 for him. Pete is down on his time. Tony's half a second up through the first sector. Acorn's doing his first. It's about to finish his first lap.
Yeah, his one and only lap, believe it or not. As Johan, Leroy and Matt across the line. Leroy, don't forget, won the Chaos race in Monaco last week. Got his first win in Tier 1, which was great to see. Decon came across the line in 9th place. I don't think we're going to see that many improvements as
Oh,
Tony...
Glock crashed!
Glock crashed in... I think in the middle
In
of the...
22, smashed the wall.
22! Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Tony's going to go up to the line now. It's going to be an improvement for him, maybe? A slight improvement, P11. So I think it's all going to be down to Lakitu, but I don't think he's going to... Yeah, he's backed off. So it is our championship leader of Finley, who is on the pole position by quite some margin, about 0.4 of a second. He is on a masterclass. If he didn't DNF last week, he would have been leading the championship by even more, but he is looking to extend his championship lead by quite a bit. And again, with his rivals not here tonight, this could work out very, very decently for him. And I do not want to call AlphaTauri by their new name because their new name is horrible. But anyway, Finley on pole. Oh, it's less than 4 attempts. It's about 3.5 attempts, but never mind. Glock in third, Johan fourth, we got Leroy, Mata, Speed United, JTX, Dak, Kev, Tony, N89, Matt Ryan Gaff, Judy Show, and MXI. 2 drivers unfortunately got disqualified from their laps, but they will still be able to take part in the race. One of which we didn't caught because we were still trying to get the stream up. But yeah, that was an entertaining qualifying because there was not many people improved at the end, but most of their runs were done at the start.
Yeah, now we had to worry about 25 laps of racing in a high-speed street circuit, and turn 1 is one of the shortest runs to turn 1 on the game, and it's a left-hander immediately followed by a right-hander, so expect some spins into turn 1 and turn 2, and then you have a short run to a tight left-hander for turn 4. So good chance we'll be seeing a safety car quite early.
Yeah, I think so as well. When was the first safety car last week, but by any chance?
There was 2 or 3, and there was a couple BSCs. Can't remember exactly.
Yeah,
but
I think
there was at least 2.
There is quite a few situations where we had a safety car, I think, on lap 1 in a few races I did, which wasn't pretty because you were getting so hyped about the start, and then some weird things happen, which is kind of interesting as well. I'll read you some more facts about this circuit whilst the drivers get ready for the race. Jeddah Street Circuit, 75th different venue to join the Formula 1 calendar. And it was the first time that the sport visited 2 new countries in succession since the inaugural season back in 1950. And top speed at Jeddah reached about 322 kilometers an hour. And Monza is the only fastest circuit on the current calendar. The average speed, 250 kilometers an hour. And if you can only do miles per hour, well, just Google translations and you'll get it eventually. But yeah, Rando, who is your thoughts for the race win today?
I'm going to say Glock wins it tonight. And that is my only prediction.
Oh, not a bad prediction.
I won't say how it happens, but it will happen.
I'm going to go with... I think usually in street circuits, apart from Monaco, if Finley starts at the front, he usually stays at the front. As long as he doesn't bottle it, he should be good. It's time to get your predictions in the chat. That will be that'll be brilliant. If Casper was racing tonight, he said he did a 26.9 in a practice session, which just goes to show Finley's pole time is very impressive. Glock saying in the chat, there's absolutely no chance I'm winning this, but thanks. Glock, Rando's giving you some hope. But
well,
if you don't win, it's his fault.
As a wise man once told me, you're either right or you're wrong.
Good point.
So it's a it
can either go right, it can either go
all
wrong.
the other factors of probability is the there's a 50-50 chance because you're either right or wrong. Forget about all the other odds and factors. If only life worked at that, it was either in a 50-50, but it doesn't. But let's just say it does.
Even Casper's saying in the chat that he thinks Glock will win. You see? Well, we're not going to talk about people much anymore because I'm worried that people could jinx a lot of people. So yeah, we're not going to say too much more. But I predicted Finley. Rando's predicted Glock, and Casper's predicted Glock as well. And there could be some unknowns today. There's certain drivers that haven't raced in a while. There were certain drivers that struggled a little bit in practice, and even struggled a little bit in Monaco last week as well. So it should be interesting to see if they can get rid of the rust. Forgot about what happened last week because there were quite a few stewards reports from last week, and it was a race I was looking forward to do, but unfortunately I missed it. I'm trying to get my document open, but it's not seemed to be open. There we go. It is opening eventually. Now the reason why we're waiting, they're giving a 2-minute hold up so they can get their strategies, and there we go. We are about to go to the formation lap, and let me change my tyres. So don't worry, I'm not on the grid. It's all good. So we've got Finley, who's starting on pole position. He's going to be the outlier in this situation. He's starting on the hard tyres. Then we've got Lakitu and Glock on the softs. Yarham on the mediums. Leroy on the softs. Matter on the mediums. Speed Knighton, JTX, and Deck and Kev on the softs. Tony P and Ahmed on the mediums. Matt Ryan on the softs. Gaff on the mediums, Julie Show on the mediums, and Excite on the soft compound of tyres. Wow.
Yeah, very surprised Finley's gone hard. Maybe he pits early, gets off them, but then he's giving up track position. Also, Finley and Lakitu are thinking it's a race already. Look at that gap. But yeah, the guys in the sauce, they're probably going to plan to pit early if there's no safety car.
Yeah.
Off to go.
Yeah.
Personally, I would have gone sauce.
There's going to be a safety car, I think, lap 2. So I think with some people,
You're
if they're
ambitious.
on softs, I'm ruthless. I know, but I hope these
you're
guys
ambitious.
will prove me wrong. I hope these guys will prove
You're
me wrong.
ambitious.
The guy prove
I'm
me
more
wrong.
thinking like there'll be a safety car by the time they get to turn 4.
Well, you're definitely very ruthless then. Anyway, I'm gonna try.
It's Jeddah.
It is Jeddah, yeah. Well, I've got an interesting fact about Jeddah in terms of my perspective. Out of all the races I've done in Jeddah on this game, league races, I've done 2. I've DNF'd in 2. 1, I only survived 3 laps. The second one, I only last 4 corners.
I finished every Jeddah race I've done.
Oh, boastful. Yeah.
There was once a league race where I taken out lap 1 and I ended up winning because I was the only driver not to get a penalty.
Yeah,
I finished that race on 3rd.
That's one thing I forgot to say about this track. It is penalty central and it can burn quite a bit of fuel. Not as much as Qatar and lots of other tracks like Zandvoort, where there's a lot of high speed corners. But we are about to get underway. 5 red lights are coming on very soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And the camera angle is rubbish, but we're going to get underway anyway. Let's see who gets a good start. I can see an Alfa Romeo in the background, almost losing a lot of positions, but it's Finley that pulls away on the hard compound of tyres. Very impressive. Glock tried to get right down the inside of Yarham in towards turn 2, which he does. Lakitu is being dropped to 4th place, which is not ideal. Leroy on those softs, staying where he is. Matt's doing well in 6th position, going side by side with Leroy as well. And there's a crash. There is a crash in the background. There was a bit of a yellow flag, but I think it was just, I think, a bit of a spin, but I think they all got away okay. So they survived a few corners. Speed Knighton and Matt had a bite in the background, and Speed Knighton gets the move done and is up into 6th place. Can't see the gap between Finley and Glock because the game's decided, nope, I do not want to tell you.
10th. Yeah, surprisingly, no one has already ended prematurely here in Jet. I think Ahmed had a half spin, which was what brought out the yellow, but we're still green. Everyone's kept it safe. I haven't seen any front wings flying off yet, which is fortunate. Well, no one people come in the pits. A few people have on the field also here. So Pete, Tony, and Ryan have all on the field, so they're expecting a few safety cars. We're about to start lap 2, and Leroy is pitting, but I think that's a tactical pit, potentially. There's double stacking at Red Bull at Ferrari.
Yeah, so Leroy and Decker are in.
Meanwhile, Yarman, Finley fighting into turn 4. There's contact, bit of rubbing rear to front, but Finley keeps the position. Don't think there was much in that. I think it was just the nature of the corner forced them to make the contact rather than any aggression. As, a few cars going off there at turn 11, 12. Hopefully we don't see anyone recreate a Mick Schumacher there. It's very easy to do that in this game with how the curbs like to try and put you in the wall in Sector 1 here. Especially between 9 and 10.
Yes, so Glock with the softs is able to get past Finley, so Finley's going to take a bit of while for his tyres to warm up a little bit. But apart from that, everyone else at the front doing pretty decent, as Kevin Excite's up to 10th already, so him starting on the softs was probably the best idea for him as he heads towards turn 22. And he wants to try and get past Kev actually as well, so he's looking very feisty. Now DRS will be enabled on the next lap. I forgot to write down Ahmed's stop actually, which I will do. There we go. So I've wrote down Ahmed's stop as DRS is enabled, and we got Kev and Excite going side by side. And Excite gets past him in towards turn number 1, and gap is almost a second, as you were saying, Mando.
Yeah, so Glock opens up that second gap. Just pull a bit of this DRS train, which Philly's, despite his natural pace, him being on the hards, he is going to be significantly slower than those behind it, because the hards on this track are rubbish. Yellow flag, I think that is JTX has had a spin.
No,
I don't think he's let the wall. Yep, spawn at turn 10.
I think that was exactly the same place that I retired for one race. So luckily
I think he cut the curb.
He did cut the curb, but I don't think he's got any damage though, so he got away unscathed with that, but his tyre's going to be cooking in a bad way. Finley's caught up a little bit to Glock, yes. So the DRS has helped him a little bit close up to the gap as well. So I wonder if Finley has gone for a lower downforce setup compared to Glock potentially in some bits. Kev is trying to get past Excite again, but he was under pressure for Judy Show, who's overtook him. So Judy Show decided to capitalise, and he's going to get past Kev in the process as well. And they will head towards 25 and 26 down the left-hand side. And Judy Show's up to 8th place already. Yarham setting the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:30.8 as Excite gets his first stop and done and dusted. So that is lap 4. There we go then.
Yeah, the front three pulling away. Like he too has been struggling in these open few laps. The man who was on the front row didn't get a great start, and now he's split the front runners anyway. So Pete and Matt will want to clear him quickly. As Yaram had a half of diving down in the hairpin, he's still going to try and fight this. Possibly he's clipped the wall with the rear. He's pushing massively here. And a big tank slapper And there's a yellow, I think it's JTX again who spawned. Same place. 2 laps in a row he spawned. He is not going to be setting that corner at Chris's cart anytime soon. Why would you be setting a corner at Chris's cart soon? I don't know, maybe Max's Abu Dhabi turn 14 and turn 5 Christmas cards. You never know.
Another place for Julie Show.
But here comes Finley for the lead.
And then we got a battle for the lead
Finley
as well.
for the lead. Yarham's gonna follow
Look
suit.
at Yarham. Look at Yarham. Finley took the lead, and Glock wasn't expecting Yarham to overtake him. So Yarham thought he got the move stick, but he did not. We got Lakitu, who's going into the pit at the end of lap 4, so that is his first stop done. There are no limits of when you can make your second stop. By the way, Matt Ryan has already done 2 stops, which is interesting. Lakitu.
Fair play.
Lakitu's going on to mediums.
Must be some damage.
There must have been some damage, but I'm sure he can't get those out to the end, so there's probably one more stop.
No one's changed the front wing yet. It's all been genuine pit stops. As Matt's cut the corner completely at 10-11. So that's definitely going to be a warning his way.
JTX is in. A bit of a shame for him because he was running very well. Had his best qualifying of the season so far. Let's watch. Oh,
Kevin Tony.
Yarham cut the corner massively there. That was a definite deserved penalty. I caught that.
Yeah, I mean, we caught Kev getting sliced by Tony through the hairpin. Very close here. Kev making the moves in this early stage of the race. He might be going for a move on Tony into 21-22. He's got the DRS. He's got the line. It's a bit of an awkward place to make a move. Tony's going to try and fight this.
We've got Finley and Glock for the lead. As Finley, sorry to cut you off there, but I think... No, Glock's in.
Bidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glock is in. So let's go back to the battle with Tony and Kev then. I wonder if one of them will dive into the pits as well.
Tony retook the lead. Kev, maybe. He's the only one on the sauce who's yet to do his first pit. And he's going to continue with that status anyway. So he continues to fight Tony. And he's going to take that P4 now into the chicane.
That was
Next
Glock.
up the road for him is Julie Show.
So that is Glock.
Yarham and Pete.
Glock, Yarham and Pete is just coming. Okay, thank you. I'm just writing down the mandatory stops at the moment. So we still got 6 drivers still to complete their mandatories, of course. Everyone else from, I think, 7th downwards has done it. So Glock is the net race leader. Finley can realistically go on these hards for a bit longer. He grazed the wall there. The key just got a penalty, 3 seconds. So I did say track limits could be a factor, and you said it as well, Rando, earlier on. And we saw the first victim of that, probably a similar place at the moment. Now, my question is, I'm thinking about 3 or 4 laps time, we could see the ones on the mediums do their first stop, do an even stint, 2 stints on the mediums, I was saying, then do a stint on softs at the end. Or some people might want to be brave and go on a set of soft stints in the middle as they pass turn 27 now. Will anyone be brave at the front to come into the pits? Massa did think about it, but he's not. We'll keep an eye on see what the Red Bull driver does. I think most medium runs are going to stay out, to be fair. There's no point in them going out. Kev stays it out though on softs.
If you had 2 fresh sauce, which is unlikely, it could be ideal to pin and then to do 2 soft runs, but it's very unlikely that anyone has 2 fresh sauce. But no safety cars yet, and this could be bad for those who have underfield because they are relying on the high likelihood of safety cars around here. But it's been clean for the moment, so that is going to those who have decided to be a bit more conservative on the fuel, be a bit lighter, get those tiny milligans. As Finley goes very wide there through that chicane for 15-16. It's running unbothered at this stage. Matt is gaining a bit on him at this stage, but he is using some ERS, I think. Finley doesn't know what an ERS button is at this rate, as he's on 97%. As there's a spin, and I think it's MXI. He's not made contact with the wall, but he spun at turn 12, almost drove into the wall, trying to recover. That would have been Gaff gets out of the way for those who have pitted, but he's blocked up Lakitu here slightly, so Lakitu's not going to be happy about that. Meanwhile, is Yaram going to send one on Glock? He is round down the inside. He's going to get DRS off Tony crucially, so he's going to be able to defend. Glock here, Yulisho into the pits and gets 5 seconds for the trouble. Kevin and I think Tony's in also. Drag race between Yaram and Glock down to turn 1. Who's going to be brave on the brakes? It's going to be Glock at this stage. Is there a switchback potential for Yaram? No, there isn't. Glock up into third.
Yes, Glock up into third place. He's got a bit of a gap in front though. We've got more pitters. That is Julie Show, Kev, and Tony. So where is Kev on the spreadsheet? I can't find him. Another one I have to write down. So that leaves Finley and Matta and Gareth to yet to do their first stops, but they still have time, of course. They can leave it as long as they want to. Maybe some people are hoping for a safety car to get them back into this. Obviously, Finley will stay out a bit longer too. Nice to see people doing different strategies. Matt Ryan, of course, is the only one that can get to the end of this race. Still no safety car yet, of course, which I was quite surprised about. I think both of us were being a bit too pessimistic at the start of the race, weren't we? So they proved us wrong. They proved us wrong.
It's Jeddah. A miracle has happened right now. The fact that we don't have a safety car yet. I think the least I've ever seen in a league race in Jeddah was one safety car, and that was towards the middle of the race. And that was just someone making a genuine mistake in the first set, planning into the wall. Most times in Jeddah, you get about 4.
Yeah, I think I remember when I had 4, and I think I caused one of them. So, yeah. Sometimes safety cars do help you, sometimes they do not. But, oh no! And we might have got our first one. Peter spun. Luckily, Ghosting is on.
I think someone lost his end plates.
I'm worried he's going to get disqualified because he's going to try and... Oh, that was a 360. There we go. He's back in control now. And,
almost spun again into the wall.
Yes. But the damage could have been worse for Pete, but he's back.
Yeah, it's only an end plate.
Yeah, it's only an end plate.
But he'll have to pit now.
You'll have to pit maybe a set of hards for Speed Knighton as Tony gets past him, unsurprisingly.
Oh, and MX Sight's in the wall.
Same place.
Second lap in a row he's done that.
Yeah.
And that's the second time in this race we've seen someone make the exact same error 2 laps consecutively. That is a weird coincidence, to say the least. So if that's the case, expect Pete in the wall again at turn 6 next lap. As Matt makes his stop.
Yeah, Matt makes his stop at the end of lap 9. So he comes in for... What tyres does he go on to? Mediums again.
Mediums.
So he's doing medium sauce, what I think he was going to do, which is fair enough. He just goes out ahead of his teammate, who's still yet to box. 1 of 2. And Leroy goes for his second stop at the end of lap 9. So that is his stop complete. His stop's complete. I know that EO usually likes to get his 2 stops out the way whenever there's a 2-stop race and there's no restrictions to when the people pit. So I would say not a bad move. So he's going to try and get those hards to the end. The hards are pretty decent around it, so it is doable. As he's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Pete is also in at the end of lap 9, as well as Excite. So they don't have to make any more stops. All their stops are mandatory.
Yes, Finley almost spins off the final corner. I'm just on board with him here, following him there. Still going on the hards. A safety car now would be very bad for him. So he is being a bit risky now. He laps MXI there. So MXI is now, he'll need to unlap stuff, otherwise his horse is all over me. In this fight, they drop Lakitu at the stage into second. Into turn 1, but Lakitu has been dropped this stage. Of course, Yarn had the 3-second time penalty at this stage. It will go to Glock no matter what due to the penalties, but we're almost half race. This is a lot can happen. Meanwhile, Pete and Emrine fighting down into turn 21 here. Oh, and Pete somehow doesn't destroy his car. Had a massive snap there, didn't know whether to defend to hold the position, and snapped his car down the straight. But I'm right, gonna come back with the DRS both on the field. How badly on the field are they actually? So, okay, so Pete's not too bad. He's
Yeah, if you can keep, because I don't have telemetry on, so if you can keep an eye on fuel, that would be amazing.
0.1 for Pete and then 3.5 for Ryan. Who else is on the field? Tony. Tony's half a lap.
Yarham.
That's it.
Yarham gets the move done on Glock in towards the final sector. Nicely done. But has Glock done this on purpose so he can get DRS at the start, finish train towards turn 27? Here he comes then. It's going to start, well, on lap 12 at the moment. Getting a bit of a squiggly. Glock to the left-hand side. Is it going to be sticking this time, this move? Yes, he does. Up into second spot. So, very tactical, but it did work for him. And,
Yaram! I just saw that! He hit turn 4. Safety car! Oh, this is Rude Finley. I just saw it. Like, as my arm hit the turn 4.
Deck was in the pits. Now, I'm going to write this down because...
Was he in when it came out?
I'm going to write it as questionable.
It's if he's committed by the time safety car has come out, right? If you are pitting, I mean, Leroy's done his 2 stops.
Yeah. I've written it down.
Leroy's done his 2 stops, so.
I've written down on the strategy as well, on the spreadsheet as well. But Johan, that was awful. Now, I can't tell about the others either. So we got Leroy, Ahmed. Leroy's already done his 2 stops.
Came in after.
Leroy's already done his 2 stops anyway, so it doesn't matter. Ahmed is non-mandatory, so is Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan's done his 2 stops too, so it doesn't matter for him. So that safety car's helped him. Where is Matt Ryan on my spreadsheet? There we go. And have I did Ahmed's non-mandatory?
Finley pits.
And that's a non-mandatory.
Finley pits.
He still hasn't done his 2 stops. Him and Gareth are screwed. They're the only 2 that haven't done their first stop yet. So he's going to come in. It would help if I write the right lap, Jess. Oh, my God. So... I'm trying to remember what that was. 10/11 when safety car came out. So, our first safety car came on lap 10, ladies and gentlemen. And...
Way later than everyone expected.
Oh, Matter's just done a non-mandatory. I'll write that down as well. That was end of lap 12, I think it was. Yep, end of lap 12. So... If you could check to see on the laps, apart from Deck, the ones I've done non-mandatories are Matter, Ahmed, Leroy, Glock, and... No, not... Why did I put Glock? Right, so Matt Ryan, Ahmed, Leroy, and the Matter. And Finley. Ah, it was Finley. There we go. So it was, yeah, Matt Ryan, Finley, Leroy, Ahmed, Mata, non-mandatories. But again, it could be questionable because we don't know if they committed or not to the pits. As Excite does another non-mandatory as well. Write that down. Now, I know with Finley and Gareth, they're going to lose a lot of time when they come in because they still have to do one stop. So...
2 stops.
They still got to do 2 stops, yeah. So, we thought that Finley starting on the hards was a good strategy. But maybe not.
No, that's always the risk going for this long, that a safety car here can just come out of nowhere, which it did. It's an easy thing to do while Yardy just turned in fractionally too early into turn 4, and his wheel decided to stay at turn 4. While the rest of his car moved along. But yes, it's a very easy mistake to happen here.
Did your man in the chat, hello, how are you doing? He's asking if he could join the league or is it certain people who can. Contact the Twitter account at VSL_F1. They should be able to give you more information. As Speed Knighton comes in for a non-mandatory, so that's end of lap 13.
There's gonna be people to forget to do the two stops. I'm calling it now.
I think they will. So it's going to be hard to know who's done what. So I'm writing down on the ones we pitted under safety car, the ones we didn't see. So the one we're definitely not sure of is Deck. Everyone else.
Yeah, was he?
Everyone else, I think, pitted under safety car. The ones we pitted, for definite.
Oh yeah, Deck's the only question, because it was he wasn't. I don't think he was in the pits when the safety car came out, but was he committed? But none of us were on board and see if he was committed to the pits.
So we'll need to, I think, send his POV to the stewards to be sure of that. Hold on. Well, do we have time? Let me look at the stream. Hopefully safety car won't come in this lap. I don't think it will.
I think he was in the pit entry is the issue, but he could have been, when you're in the pit entry you're committed, but it won't come up as you're pitting on the tower.
I'm just trying to see. Oh no! Wait a minute. Deck was coming in too. I'm just trying to see.
Jeez, man, not a lot behind safety car. This is really bad for Finley and Gareth. Gonna have to do 2 stops in the space of 10 laps and hope there's not a safety car immediately after this one, which can easily happen.
I think Deck was close for it to be committed or not. So as long as he's, it was. I was looking at the stream. It was cutting it fine. I think it. I think he either just about got away with it or he just missed it. But
only one way to find out.
Only one way to find out will be the stewards. Yarham saying he literally rustled it. Did he bin it in that corner?
No, I think he's referring to the fact that while wrestling in Singapore, he just cut the wall and then burned everything.
Okay. Oh yeah, Singapore. Yeah, Singapore's a night race.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He was literally like he was probably following. Actually, who was it? Who was following? Whoever he was following just copied their line, and then just hit the wall, copying the line.
I think safety cars should be in this lap. So Glott's going to have a huge advantage. But watch Mata and Tony on those softs. Mata especially. This has definitely helped Mata. The ones who still got 1 stop to make, they could do 2 soft stints at this point if they still got soft left. They can stretch the soft stopping about lap 18, 19, praying that there's no safety car. Then they can get their second stop out of the way. That's what I would do if I was them. I would get a non-mandatory done. So I would start the race on mediums, And then the safety car comes out, get a non-mandatory soft run done, and then stretch those out for a few laps, and then pit on green flag to softs. That'll be my strategy. A safety car is in this lap, as Casper's politely pointing in the chat, Finley playing with fire and got screwed. Yeah, it's a bit of a risk going on the hard compounded tyres and expecting to stretch out a little bit. But he's going to have to make 2 stops, I think. And you can't follow the safety car in. That is not allowed anymore. So, here comes Glock. In towards turn 27. Now, it is his choice where he gets to go. And he goes right now. A great restart from him. Some people have been caught off guard in the background. As we got Finley trying to go side by side. Yeah, Finley trying to go for the move to P2 on the left-hand side. They made contact.
They made contact.
They made contact in the background. Lakita's got 3-second time penalty for that. I wonder if that get removed.
You should get that removed.
Mata and Kev side by side as well for turn 3 and 4. Mata makes a move stick. A bit squirmy on exit from his teammate Gareth, who's still yet to stop, of course. But I think I would expect him to come at the end of this lap.
He's gone very wide. Finley's got Glock.
Good move from Finley, but it's not for position. It's literally not for position, but he could try and stretch that gap. As
Kev gets Tony.
Yeah, Kev gets Tony.
Oh, Tony's got. Don't fight it here, Tony. Don't. He's still.
And he's caught
that was
out the
up
corner. He's got a warning for that.
That was
surely.
obviously going to happen.
Oh, it might be an illegal overtake, actually. It probably was an illegal overtake. As Finn Knighton, this safety car has definitely helped him. He's going side by side into towards turn 22. One move from Pete. JTX struggling a little bit on exit. There's lots of moves going on. It's great. It's 3 wide in the final set between the likes of Julie Show, the Kitu, and Mata. Julie Show, the lead of that train.
Ferrari's going at it.
The Ferrari's going at it as well between Leroy and Tony. The Kitu's in. Lakitu doing his second stop.
Finley's in.
So that's the
Oh,
Kitu's.
okay. I think some people have cut the pit lane.
Well, that's the Kitu's pit stops done. That's end of lap 16, I believe. That's Finley's first stop. So that is end of lap 16. And then it's Gareth's first stop as well. And JTX is second stop. So the ones who have completed their 2-stop strategy are Matt Ryan, Excite, Speed Knighton, the key. No, wait. I've written it in the wrong place. So JTX was meant to go there.
Yes, that's the session. Oh, they're going in wide. Yep, that was obviously going to happen.
Oh,
Tony and Kev are around. I think Deck tried to move in.
Oh, Knighton's out the race.
Geez.
Oh my God, safety car. Safety car. Oh my God.
There's a lot of front wings missing.
Yes, lots of front wings missing. I think we're going to see quite a few pitters.
Oh yeah, what started out was Deck trying to move into turn 14, 15. That obviously wasn't going to work. Spun Tony and Kev, and then in all that chaos, Pete ends up losing it on the straight. I possibly think he was tagged, but it was right as the camera changed. I think he was going wheel to wheel from Alfa Romeo or someone, and the camera changed, and you just see his.
This is good for Exciter Matt Ryan Rando. They've done their 2 stops. If I were them, I would go on softs. And I believe they're going to go on to softs. Yes, they are. They read my mind. They read my mind. Where's Matt Ryan? There we go. Literally, they both made stops. They're non-mandatories around about the same time. Who else has done a non-mandatory? No, they haven't. So that's all good on that front. So ones who still got to do a mandatory are Julie Show, Deck, I think, Yeah, Deck. Jusho, Deck, Tony, Gareth, Kev, and Ahmed. Everyone else has done their 2 stops. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So pretty much half the field have done their 2 stops, half the field have not. Mandatory, of course.
It's gonna make this end a bit interesting because people are gonna pit our sequence and then be begging for another late saver.
Don't forget, Excite's got disqualified in qualifying, and he could end up winning the thing. Leroy has done his 2 stops as well.
That would be an interesting feat.
Yeah, Leroy has done his 2 stops as well, I believe. Hold on, let me have a look.
Yeah, he was the first. He did them straight off, like, off goal, pretty much. So he's in the best position to win this now, I think.
Hold on, let me check. He's done his stops. He did it end of lap 1 and end of lap 8, I believe.
Yeah, he was the first to do the 2. Oh, and Tony's got himself a drive-through. What is Tony at? He's backing up the field.
But fanning too far back. Wow.
Yeah, he was backing up the field.
Interesting.
Was he doing that to deliberately keep the safety car out? Because the safety car should probably came in that lap. That's the first time I've ever seen that being given.
Why is Matt Ryan pit? No, it's not Matt Ryan. It's Tony that's coming in again. So that is
Tony, he's retired.
Oh, he's retired. Yeah.
I am very confused.
I am confused.
Was he deliberately keeping the? Was he deliberately keeping the safety car out? Or has he possibly had like something break? Because he backed the pack up by like half the straight. He backed up by half the straight, so I'm hoping it was an equipment issue because you don't accidentally back the pack up that much to the point where you get a drive-through penalty. That's genuinely the first time I've ever seen that penalty being given.
I'm just checking. JTX second stop was non-mandatory, wasn't it?
I don't. How many pit stops has he done?
Hold on, let me have a look. So yeah, I got his first stop. It's hard to tell. Hang on, let me check pit stops. JTX was end of lap 16.
That might be at the that was probably that was the restart then. The restart lap.
Yeah.
So we pit after the safety car. Yep, safety car in this lap.
Obviously they'll know when to pit. This is a hard race to look at mandatory pit stops, you see. It is very hard. But obviously we can...
It's always gonna happen.
It is always gonna happen, but we can always like look at the stream and stuff like that, so we should all be good on that front.
Ask people to be honest.
Yeah.
Glock's gone.
Yeah, Glock has gone. JTX did do a stop under mandatory. That's all good. I was just checking the stream. But Glock, good restart from him.
Oh, the Fry's still going at it.
Leroy getting the move on deck. Leroy getting
Ahmed spawned himself.
Oh no.
How's he straight again? He was sideways.
Wait.
Finn's pitted after the safety car, so that's illegal.
You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that.
Oh, someone didn't read the rules, I think. Kev's missing his end plate, and he's holding up the entire pack here.
You're not allowed to follow the safety car in. Gav has made that clear as head steward that you're not allowed to follow the safety car in. So, if he doesn't make one more stop, he's disqualified.
Oh dear. Oh, after leading for that was the risk of doing hard. It put him in. As here comes MXI on Ahmed. Ahmed twitching down the straight. He doesn't have damage though.
No, but he's in 8th, but he's still yet to box, of course.
Yeah, I say we'll see a lot in at the end of this lap anyway. You need to do it now, realistically, because if there's another safety car, you're screwed.
If there's another safety car, pretty much you're disqualified.
Yeah. Ooh, late decision by Matt.
Pretty much the top 3 are in. So that is Mata.
Leroy leads.
So that's Mata, Glock, and Julie Show. Can you note down who has stopped, please? So we've got Mata, Julie Show, Glock, Ahmed,
Gareth, Kev, and that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's a 3-1 at the moment. It's Ferrari versus Alfa Romeo at the moment, actually.
So it's just Julie Show's just pitted as well, isn't he? So it's just it's just Deck, question mark, and Finley. Everyone else has done their 2 stops.
I think Finley's got the rule. I think Finley's forgot the rules here.
If you're in the chat and Jeff and Finley, tell him that you weren't allowed to follow the safety car in. He has to come in again.
Yeah, it's put himself in a bad position here. Lakitu gets decked. This is the battle for the podium at this stage because MXI's going to clear both of them. With the penalties, what penalties do they have? Oh, it's 6 for Lakitu. Oh, he might get one of those removed, I remember.
Yeah, I think he would.
He did have an incident. Yeah, it was an incident free also, so yeah, very likely get that removed. So it'll be free for Lakitu.
Leroy could win for a second win in a row.
Back to back here.
Him pitting is getting his 2 stops done nice and early before anybody else has helped him, and he's able to pull that gap. He could score some good points in this championship. We know what happened in Monaco. It was quite crazy, but this is really good for him. I've seen him done strategies like this in other leagues, like Jakarta, for example, and it's worked to perfection. Because he's able to stretch his time. It is. The mediums do last quite a bit around this track anyway. It could last a fortune around here. The key to it is catch, but he does have a penalty.
Deck is struggling. He almost lost it twice.
We're not sure
through
about
the technical
Deck,
sector 1.
So we don't know whether he has to come in or not.
I say Deck would know if he needs to come in again. But then again, he could think he could be claiming he was committed when he wasn't.
Yeah.
A lot of question marks to be answered. And here comes MXI. Oh, he needs to get the smooth going. Just to guarantee that P2. He clips the back.
Oh, that was tight from Excite there. As he
He
goes
just had
to
a
the
way better
right.
exit. He's got it. Meanwhile, Lakitu leads on track.
Can he stretch out that 3-second gap?
He won't, because Leroy's going to come right back at him. Yeah, Leroy comes straight back at him to retake the lead.
And we got the other Ferrari fighting with Excite again.
No. Too far back to go for a lunge.
But I hope Finley knows that he has to pit again.
I don't think he does.
So he could get disqualified. That could be huge for the championship. Luckily, Nick, who's in P2, is not here tonight. So, but there's people like Glock that can gain massively. How many points is Glock on? 44. Glock's his nearest rival. But don't forget, Excite is going to gain quite a bit here. Leroy's in 4th as well. So I think I'm just trying to do maths here. Maybe Leroy could be leading the championship after tonight.
Here comes Lakitu retaking the lead for the time being.
Good battle between those two. If I was Leroy, do not fight this one. Was Lakitu the one who got
about to join this.
Was Lakitu the one who got pushed off earlier? So he could get his penalty removed.
That's why. Yeah, but I'm excited about to get involved in this. And he doesn't have a penalty, so MXI could win this. And very close to contact off the final corner.
This is great stuff.
Lakitu back in the lead. 2 laps to go. Is Lakitu going to play the team game and try and give the win to his teammates?
No, if I was Lakitu, I would fight for it. But you don't want to fight your teammate too much. You want to help the constructors, really. Constructors standings, by the way, Alfa Romeo are in P6. So if and Alfa Romeo are going to score big time. Ferrari too. So Ferrari and Alfa Romeo, their strategies are going to work well. But again, question mark for Deck here. But we know Leroy's safe, we know Lakitu's safe, and we know Excite's safe.
Yeah, and I think gaps start to open up now.
1.2
Lakitu's
seconds.
Gonna try. Yeah, is Lakitu gonna? He might try and get this P2.
Oh, he's got 6 seconds.
Yeah, but a good chance he gets one of those removed.
Yeah, so
because I think it was an instant free guy at the restart.
Yeah, there was one he got at the restart, but I think there was another one he got for track limits. So.
Yeah, but I think the second free was an instant free rather than a track limit free.
Oh, right, so that could get removed as well.
I think it was
but I don't know about
free.
the rules on that one. Mata and JTX having a battle. Mata's going to be right on the back of Glock through turn 22. You can see Glocker's running out deployment off the battery on this back straight. So surely it's going to be advantage Mata as we go through there. Glock does the thing that I was thinking and wants a DRS going towards turn 27. Who's going to get DRS? That is the question. Both going side by side. We'll keep an eye on what's going on the front in a minute, but the gap has opened up. Leroy's lost DRS, so has Deck. And Finley stayed out, so Finley has been disqualified.
JTX spawn!
GTX is spun, no. JTX is spun, sorry.
Yeah, contact with Glock. Contact with Glock into turn 1. As Ryan almost in the wall with Finley. Finley, who doesn't know, he's made a bit of a mistake.
He's made a bit of a boo-boo. But
He
it was
did
pointed out multiple
as
times.
Lakitu might open this 3 seconds. He might get the 3 seconds, actually. Of course, at the moment it's going to be 6, but there's a chance that his 6 becomes 3. He has P2 right now. It's going to be an ass to get those last 6 tenths in one straight.
He's going to get a podium.
Yeah, he'll have to podium. He'll have to podium, definitely. But it could be a P2. He might just do this. A couple more attempts and he has this. Leroy's burning what little he has left. It's going to be tight. Of course, on track, he will lose these positions. But he's coming to now. I don't think it's going to get 3 tenths, but Lakitu's going to cross the line first. Leroy will win this. MXI is second. Lakitu does keep the podium. And yeah.
Alfa Romeo 1, 2, 3. No, 2, 3. And Ferrari powered car 1, 2, 3, 4.
As Lakitu missed out with him 3 by a tenth and a half. But he could get P2 ahead of his teammates. Deck in 4th. Glock in 5th.
Glock in 5th.
Yeah.
Matt is 6th. Matt Ryan 7th. Julie Show 8th. JTX 9th. We'll go through your order in a minute, don't worry. Don't you worry, we'll go through the order in a minute. Excite gets one of your drive of the days in game. I have to agree with that. He was under the radar in some parts of the races, but in the last half of the race, he definitely came alive, timed that strategy to perfection, and he was one of my drive of the days. Leroy as well, drove well, so did Lakitu. It's hard to distinguish who's the best out of the top 3 because they pulled out the best strategies. Leroy got his pit stops done early, so did Excite. Excite was in the wars a few times. He spun. And just because of him having damage, that helped him in a way because he was forced to pit. Interesting. So we'll run through your results then. So, at the moment, provisionally, Leroy will win, but it depends if Lakitu gets his 6 seconds removed or even one of his 3 seconds removed. But if he only gets one of them removed, he'll only be P2 anyway. So it'll be, at the moment, Leroy Excite, Lakitu, Acorn. Finley will get disqualified. Then it'll be Glot, Matter, Matt Ryan, Julie Show, JTX, Ahmed, Gav, Kev. And then your retirements, Tony P, Pete, and Yaham. I was expecting it to be a bit more chaotic than that, but the chaos happened towards the second half of the race rather than the first. So better than last week.
Yeah, at least I won't be having nightmares over this race unlike last week. I just noticed there's a football field on the track. That's a weird feature.
Wait, there's a football field on the track?
Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah, when they took off like the results, there's a football field at the hairpin.
I think Finley has just realised in the chat that he shouldn't have followed the safety car in. He realised too late there, which was a shame that. But the rule was said multiple times. Now, next week, I need to check this actually. I'm getting confused with I'm in multiple leagues. Next week, no race. It's break week next week. So we're not racing next week. But in about 2 weeks' time, we are going to be heading to Las Vegas. Now, I think that's where we did our rerun of the finale, or we did our one of the races there towards the end of last season. Not many people showed up to those races. Hopefully you get a better turnout this week than we did last week. But generally, I think it's good. You only got a few more races with us before you move to Germany as well, so it's not going to be that long before you leave us.
3 races I think I've left.
3 races. So you got Las Vegas, Japan, and Brazil, correct?
Okay, maybe 2. Brazil's the 13th, right?
Brazil's the 13th of March, yeah.
It's that, yeah, because it's the 12th I'm moving.
Yeah, so you'll get to witness Las Vegas and Japan, and then sadly you'll be leaving us. But thank you guys so much for watching. Well, apologies about technical difficulties at the start, but luckily I found a workaround. Thank you, Stream Deck. I love you. But enjoy your break week next week, everyone, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time for Las Vegas. Make sure you should leave us a like on this video if you haven't done already. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitter at VSL_F1. Check out our Rally League at VSL_Rally for more information about that. I highly recommend you done that. It's on the WRC game. And also follow us on Twitter as well at JessGames95. And what's yours, Rando?
Rando IE.
There we go. So thank you for watching.
Not Rando E.
Yeah, Rando IE. That's the difference. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in 2 weeks' time for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Thank you. Bye-bye.